new guest, Nilufer Narli. She's the head of the sociology department at Bahcesehir University here in Istanbul. Great to have you on our set and actually on our special coverage. When you look back at the past military interventions in Turkey, I kind of feel there's a sense that Turkey or the society has the tendency to sort of sweep the memories of the past coups under the rug. But I think things are a little bit different this time around, aren't they?
Yes, this is very important. In the past, especially when we look at the 1980 coup d'etat, the memory of the coup was suppressed and there was the politics of systematic forgetting. And there was almost nothing done to the victims of the 1980 coup d'etat, and there was no transitional justice mechanism and no official efforts to commemorate the sufferings of the victims of the 1980 coup.
So you think there was a conscious effort by the institutions to actually forget about this?
Yes, but when we come to the July 15 failed coup attempt, the most important difference was the initiation of the institutional initiation of a number of programs to commemorate the memories of the victims and then start economic and symbolic rehabilitation for the victims. And then, as we all know, the schools opened with a brochure, and the brochure was handed out to the students, and then in the brochure there is an explanation of the coup attempt, July 15 coup attempt, the narration of the coup, what happened that night, and also students are informed about the past history of the military coup d'etat in Turkey. So this is very important for democratization and reconciliation, because when we look at the nations, how they deal with the past, how they remember and forget the past is very much related to reconciliation and democratization. When we look at many of the Latin American countries, after the military regimes fell, they start transitional justice mechanisms. But in Turkey, it didn't happen in the past. What happened in Turkey is people remember there was a trial of the General Evren and Tahsin Şahinkaya, but then they died in their very late ages after the trials ended, and so there was almost nothing done to the victims of the 1980 coup d'etat. But we observed some civil initiatives like, movies, and then remembering of the victims in the novels, and then human rights association efforts.
Okay. Let's press the fast forward button on Turkey's history. 10 years, 15 years. How do you think this conscious reconciliation effort will affect the society? Paint us a picture about that.
In fact, for the societies, remembering the sufferings of a coup d'etat or conflict is very important, but not only remembering, remembering for the sake of remembering for the sake of reconciliation, and also doing justice to the victims. So when we look at the July 15, there is a especially distribution of distribution of justice to the victims and symbolic and economic rehabilitation of the victims.
All right, Professor Nilufer Narli, thank you very much for joining us on our special coverage. Well, this